Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
What's on Tap podcast, day 15. And we once again return to a beer we had a couple of years ago.
Jingling our bells.
Yeah.
And
So today's beer is, what was it called again?
Fockart Winter is coming.
Yes. And this is a triple style ale with cardamom, coriander, and orange peel. Now, we had this 2 years ago when we did the Tuol versus Brewdog Christmas Advent boxes.
Yep.
And I remember the beer it was against was this clean water lager, and it was like, oof.
As opposed to swamp water.
It was a beer that they were doing to promote building wells in Africa.
Ah, that's good.
So, I mean, it was for a good cause, but it was not a good beer to support that cause. It was almost like, what have these poor people done to you? But this is the breaker of yeast strains, Khaleesi of the hop sea, mother of barley, and protector of the beer realm with cardamom, coriander, and orange peel. Coming in at 8%.
Yeah. So even Fockart Winter is coming is also a Game of Thrones reference.
It is. And 2 years ago, this would have been really relevant.
Yes.
So I'm curious if this was a leftover from 2 years ago or if they're still brewing this beer based on the dated references of the label.
Now the reference is just meh after that terrible last season.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You definitely get the coriander and you definitely get the orange peel on this thing.
Yes.
There is a lot of coriander on this.
It smells, but it's not like fresh coriander. It's coriander seeds.
For me, it tastes kind of like the fresh coriander. Like there's a little bit of a soapiness from it.
I'm not getting that at all. I love fresh coriander.
I love fresh coriander too, but well, maybe it's the seeds. I don't know. I'm definitely getting coriander. I'm definitely getting orange peel on this.
Let's try it.
All right, cheers. It is definitely a Belgian triple. This is not hiding the ABV. It's kind of like a booziness to it for sure.
Yeah. It
tastes a little medicinal.
Yes, that's probably a good, that's a good. I'm searching for the words.
Like an antiseptic kind of like medicinal, almost like cough medicine. Yeah, right. That's what I meant, like the medicinal qualities of it. I remember when we had this a couple of years ago, and I was not a huge fan of it. And I will say that tradition holds true today.
Yeah. I
was not a huge fan of this. I believe Matthias quite liked it. But I just don't. For me, it tastes like you know how they make these. I don't know what you call them. I had the word for it: digestives or spirits or aperitifs or whatever that are kind of like this melange of herbs that you put into a liquor. Kind of like all, especially Germanic countries have these kind of.
So is Jägermeister one of...
Jägermeister is kind of like that.
Then we have like Kräuterbitter. And,
Like they're like, so like if the Nordics have
schnapps.
Like schnapps, 100 different types of aquavit that they make.
Yes.
Like Germany and like Switzerland, they have like 100 different types of those kind of like
spiced bitters, yes.
Right. You drink this after or whenever you're not feeling well, and it helps your stomach and aids the digestion and cures cancer and makes the blind see and the lame to walk again. It does all these things.
Yeah, not many people say that about Jägermeister, but there are some brands that are truly marketed that way. Mm-hmm. The one that springs to mind is Underberg, which comes in a super tiny
can
medicinal bottle for like this is like a shot of health.
Yeah.
And then there's one that comes in a big glass like globe with a big red cross on it.
Right.
Like it's really for medicine. They taste a little bit like that.
That's what it reminds me of. That's the first thing I go to when I taste it. It's like exactly that kind of medicinally like herbal flavor to it.
But in this beer, I do not like it.
No, I'm not saying these are good things. No. I'm just saying this is what it reminds me of. And that's one of the things that I didn't like about this beer the last time I had it.
Yeah.
And same holds true till today.
Yeah. Because I very, very recently drank Gammeldansk.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. Were you forced to?
Which is...
Are you okay?
It's good.
Do you need to show me on the doll or
someone touched you? Gammeldansk is very tasty.
No, it's not.
And it
doesn't
treat all of your ailments.
Right, because it makes you wish you were dead when you drink it.
No,
you're kind of like, oh my god, I want to die. This is horrible.
No, it weeds out weak people who don't like it.
I'm atoning for my sins in my past life. That's why I'm drinking Gammeldansk.
I like Gammeldansk. I like Gammeldansk. I don't like this.
Well, they're not the same thing. You know, it's different.
Yeah, but that's also like a spiced bitter.
I know.
Yeah, that's very similar to the aperitifs that you're talking about.
I know. I'm being facetious.
I'm giving this a weak 2.75.
Yeah,
2.5. It's a 2.5.
I'm gonna go with a 2.5 as well. I didn't like it before, and it's not working for me now.
Want me to blow your mind?
Sure.
I checked. I have had this once before, a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I had given it a 4.
Wow, you must have been really drunk when you tried it.
Maybe.
Like, this is really tasty. 4.
It has so many of the different flavors.
Yes.
Maybe.
Okay, well, that was day 15. Talk to you tomorrow.
This podcast is part of the Pod Syndicate family. For more criminally compelling shows, articles, and conversations, head to wearepodsyndicate.com.